I've forgotten to hit the record button. I can't believe it. So I'm afraid, good morning, if I knew I was going to do that. I knew I was going to forget the record. Oh, I'm so annoyed now. That means it's only going to be 45 minutes of the podcast. So I do apologise. If you're listening to this show on podcast or watching the YouTube, you've missed the first 15 minutes because, silly me, and I'm going to hit myself. Or on internet radio, on the record thing, I'm afraid you've missed the first 15 minutes because I forgot to hit the record button. How annoying. I'm fuming. I'm fuming with myself. I knew I'd do that. I knew I'd do. And I thought to myself, I'll set another record thing up to record just in case I forget to hit that one. And I didn't forget. And I did forget to hit it, but I didn't say, I'm fuming now. Very annoyed. Anyway, if you've just joined us on the podcast, you haven't missed much. You really haven't. There was nothing funny, nothing of any interest whatsoever. Except I was telling people about my friend Ratch who keeps falling off his bike. Do be careful if you're going into Soho. You're likely to be knocked down by Ratch, and then he will blame you. Well, he won't blame you because he'll be knocked out on the pavement, and then someone will steal his bike, possibly his mobile phone and wallet as well. Don't go cycling in London. It's very, very dangerous. Let's have a look then. Okay. Lisa also writes in an email posted on the YouTube thing. She says, "Well, I actually fell asleep last night." What do you mean you fell? Do you not sleep well then, Lisa? What's wrong, darling? Do try and sleep, my love. She says, "I even got to sleep long enough to dream a bit. Oh, I have some wonderful dreams." Do you? Because I do have to take some tablets every morning. And ever since I've started taking those, I have some wonderful dreams. Other people have some terrible dreams on these tablets. I have wonderful, really vivid, nice dreams. I love it. I love it. Mikey, I don't suppose you've been recording this by any chance, have you? Because I've missed the first 15 minutes. I suppose I could start again. Would I remember what I said? Probably not. I can't remember what I was doing 5 minutes ago, let alone 15 minutes ago. Please, do me a favour. She says, been a while since I've been able to sleep properly. Anyhow, so nice to finally get to view the live taped show on Tuesday. I wish you were on at 3 o'clock in the afternoon because it's very, very early here. Lisa is in California, incidentally. She would have to get up at 6 in the morning to watch this. Of course, Lisa, if you were a real fan, then you would do, lovey. You know, real fans would get up at 6 o'clock in the morning. I get these broken promises from people in America who say they're going to be up early in the morning and they're not there. It's happened time. And don't write in now and say, oh, I know, I'm sorry. It's too late. I have been mortal. It's like a knife being pushed deep into my chest. It really is. When people say, oh, I promise I'll be there. And then they're not there. And they wonder why I don't talk to them anymore. I mean, it's just one letdown after another. It really is. It really is. Lisa goes on to say, has anyone recorded the first 15 minutes? By the way, do let us know if you have. I kind of don't think anyone will have done. She says, funny, you write things down just like I do. Hugs and wishes from Lisa in crazy California. Here I come. Yes, Lisa, I do write things down for the show. All the time. I've always got a little bit of paper somewhere. Trouble is, I lose a lot of the bits of paper. I'm not the tidiest of people. I really am not. I am absolutely not the tidiest of people. I have my friend Ronnie, who comes around occasionally, specifically to clean areas of my house. He's been doing the kitchen the last couple of weeks because it was absolutely filthy. I mean, I haven't washed the floor for about 3 weeks. I haven't got time to do these. Well, I can do these things, but I wouldn't be able to come up and talk to you. What do you reckon? Huh? I wouldn't be able to come up and talk to you. That's the worry, you see. I haven't got time to do these. So he comes and does these things occasionally, for which I pay him, incidentally. Yes! He charges money for that, do you? God's sake. I was out, what was he at? We was out on, when was he over? Tuesday. Yeah, we were out on Tuesday this week, and he makes me buy things that I don't need, like tea towels. He keeps going on and on that I need new tea towels. And I'm like, there's nothing wrong with the old ones. OK, there's a couple of holes in them, but it's not, you know, they still they still function efficiently. I've only had those tea towels 10 years. There's years of life worth left in those tea towels. OK, maybe I'm a little bit tight with myself, I know, but I just don't see the point of... I just don't see the point of throwing stuff away all the time when there's years of use left in these things. And these tea towels, they've got a couple of little holes in them, you know, about 3 inches round, I suppose. But they're okay. Not that I dry anything up usually, because I've got very fortunate. I've got one of those tabletop dishwashers. They're a bit like a large microwave, and you just load it all in, push a button, and off it goes. It bursts into life, and everything is nice and clean and hot and sparkling when it comes out. And that's it. Don't use... The only thing I use the tea towel with is to occasionally, sort of once every few weeks, wipe over the work surfaces that I prepare food on. You don't? No, you don't need to do it every day, dear. I haven't got time. You know, sometimes on these work surfaces, there might be a little bit of tomato sauce, you know, what's dried on there. And that does, and then you have to get that scrubber thing, don't you? What are those green things, what are they called? Scourer, that's it. They have to get the scourer. You mustn't use wire wool on your work surface because you don't want it all scratching, dear. Oh, I did that once on my car. I had this piece of I think it was tar, you know, tar splashes up from the road, doesn't it, on the side of the car. And yeah, I couldn't get it. So I got that, I don't know what came over me. I got this bit of wire wool and started scratching away at the side of the car. And then, yeah, it came off along with the paint. So really not a good idea to do that. You know, use a scourer for your tabletops. Now, where were we going with this? I can't remember what I was talking about now. Oh, Mikey hasn't recorded it. Never mind. Lee Mills said he was once picketed by a busker. Well, you don't give them money, do you? These people playing guitars and all that. We got one in Bracknell Town Centre who turns up occasionally with an accordion. I said, with this blooming accordion in the middle of Bracknell Town Centre, dear. Oh, Saturday. I'll tell you what we had Saturday in there. We had some Scottish people playing bagpipes. Which I mean, it was all right, but they start getting on my blooming nerves after a while. Do they, you? Bagpipes. Yeah, it's all the same note, isn't it? All the time, it's the same note on these blooming bagpipes. They get on my nerves after a while. But you've got to have one. Do you know, it's very, very expensive to have bagpipes on New Year's Eve. Extremely expensive to have bagpipes on New Year's Eve. If you want to hire a Scottish bagpipe player, it will cost you an arm and a leg on New Year's Eve. It really does. It's the only night they work. I don't know what they do the rest of the year. Practice? Surely you don't practice all that time for for one day, do you? Come on, when else do you see a lone Scottish bagpiper? And you know, on those TV programmes, and you see a lone Scottish bagpiper. What are they called? Are they called bagpipers? Are they? I don't know what they're called. And you see them on top of a large mountain somewhere. And I kind of watch these programs and you think, how the hell did you get up there? Was he flown in on a helicopter? Surely he can't have walked. And they're usually fat, aren't they? They're usually fat, about 60 years old, and they've got white socks going up to their knees with skirts on. Well, I'm not saying anything more on that subject here. I mean, it's bizarre, isn't it? It's very, very strange indeed what's going on now, I think. Another email here from our good friend Robert, who listens to the show. He is in Iceland. And Robert says, "Dear Chris and friends of United Kingdom Talk, I have the feeling that some may cast doubt upon the existence of our trolls." Yes, they have trolls in Iceland. You know, like trolls, like goblins, that sort of thing. They have live trolls. Yes, these are not fictitious characters, dear. These things actually exist. Trolls. He says, and therefore I have deemed it necessary to ask two of our special Icelandic powder puff trolls from the Kingdom of the Northern I Don't Think So community. They are named Hubert and Gladys, and for trolls they are well behaved and only eat people when there are no tourists around. Well, that's not very good for tourism, this, is it? So please, one and all, come to our little town of Akureyri. I can't. It's one of those foreign words. I'm not very good at foreign words. And live the dream. He says, also, I feel it necessary to once again defend our proud nation against the insults levelled at us by Chris Reardon, that's me, and his assertions that we could not afford to host the Eurovision Song Contest. Yes, you may remember in the show quite a few weeks ago now, I was very, very concerned that Iceland were going to win the Eurovision Song Contest with their rather wonderful song. Because if they did, I just don't feel that they would have been able to afford to put the show on. It was all very, very concerning indeed. It really was. However, they didn't win. But Robert goes on to say, I should like to draw to the attention of the listeners to the fact that the four countries, the United Kingdom, Germany, Spain and France... by the way, France, I'm not a football fan. I have no interest whatsoever on the World Cup, but I love the goings-on behind the scenes. Is it true that the French football players who lost were sent back to France second class on a train? I love it! I love it! Anyway, he says, I should like to draw to the attention, UK, Germany, France and Spain pay for most of the Eurovision Song Contest anyway. Yes, that's quite correct. So there. Also, we have been saving up our pennies here in Iceland, and no, we cannot afford to pay any more money, as I am down to my last Bentley, and I have had to let one of my private jets go. Oh, it's terrible, isn't it? Oh, the way the other half live. He says, I mean, how the heck am I supposed to manage with just a few million in the bank? OK, so most of it is not my own, but I am just sort of looking after it. I'm sure you are. Can we please have our money back? If you don't mind, can we have our money back? Dear me. He says, I mean, I lent Gordon Brown some cash to have his friend's hair dyed, and all he did was have his friend's eyebrows done instead. Oh dear, got to go. The voices have returned, and I must be away before the nurse comes in with the treatment. Toodle pip, old boy. And that's from Robert in Iceland. And he does send in a picture of the trolls that are actually in Iceland. Iceland is surrounded by hundreds and hundreds of trolls. It's true. Absolutely hundreds and hundreds of trolls, OK? Thank you very much for that, Robert. It's always very, very pleasurable to hear from you. Good morning, Christopher. Of course, pipers. The Scottish bagpipers are not called Scottish bagpipers. They are called... what are they called? Pipers. Pipers, OK. Thank you very much, Chris. Nice to see you. I didn't realise you were with us this morning as well. We've got a few people listening. Half of you are watching and half of you are listening, which is fine. Let me see. Lee says, doesn't the website look good? Well, what, have you done something else to it? Let's have another look. The website, unitedkingdomradio.co.uk is where the website is. No, you haven't done anything new to it, have you? It's the same as it was earlier this morning. What, you're going to put flashing lights on there or something? You do get very excited by the most mundane of things. You really do. You really do. Vicky says... Must change a tyre on the car this morning. She's found a nail in the tyre. Oh, I hate that, don't you? Third time this has happened in a month. Well, you're unlucky. What are you driving around on? Old sheds? Eh? What's it? How comes you got so many nails on the ground? Is your house wooden and it's held together with nails? All the houses are wooden. What I don't understand, right? Places like Florida, okay, where you experience things like hurricanes, yeah? And in the Midwest, where you experience tornadoes, why are your houses wooden? I don't get it. Here in the UK, we don't have these things, and yet my house is made of brick. Now, I would have thought a brick house would stand up fairly well to a hurricane or possibly even a tornado. I don't know. But wooden houses just get ripped apart, don't they? Have we got anyone in the States who's watching or listening to the show who is in a hurricane or tornado area? Then feel free to Skype in and we'll have a little bit of a talk on that. Okay, my Skype in number, my Skype in name is, all one word, United Kingdom Radio. If you've not got us up on the Skype, then add us, okay? Skype name is United Kingdom Radio. There is also a phone number. Are you ready? Here comes the phone number. This is a local London number. This is not a premium rate number, okay? Very important that I want you to know that. This is not a premium rate number. It's a local London number. If you're in the UK and you want to give us a call, the phone number is 020 3287 1488. You don't have to call in if you don't want to, that's fine. But if we've got anyone that knows anything about tornadoes and hurricanes, might be nice to hear from you this morning that can correct me on that. I have a Skype in. Skype username is United Kingdom Radio. Or you can phone in and the phone number is 020 3287 1488. All right? Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Your mother wasn't? No, she wasn't. Your mother wasn't shy. I hope you're not shy as well. All right, carrying on then. Now, we've got quite a few emails here from the lovely Jennifer that have been building up over the last couple of weeks, actually. Where are we going? There we are, Jennifer. She says, "Hello, Chris, how are you today? In last Thursday's show, my mum said that she has no time in the morning, is outside in the morning with the chickens and the cats." Yes, Jennifer has chickens and cats living with her. Honest. No, not outside. They live in the house with her. Chickens and cats. Sitting on the settee with her daughter Dallas, watching the television. This is not a joke. The chicken sits next to the cat. Don't know how that works. Really don't. And they don't attack. The cat, the chicken is massive, and the cat can't work out what's going on. We love it. She says, well, we have the time that is me outside in the heat, while she, mother, is inside fussing with her hair and has often got one of her computers up. But it doesn't really bother me, because while waking up 30 minutes after I'm supposed to get up, I'm still the first one ready in the house for school. Good girl. You're probably at school at the moment, aren't you? So you won't be with us live. I'm sure you'll see this show, the recording of the show, at least the last 45 minutes, because I forgot to hit the record button. And my older sister wakes up at about 5:30 in the morning, and she makes us late. I don't know if you have got my friend's Elizabeth email. She's been asking me if you have, and I've been telling her I have no idea just yet. Well, I'm getting tired now, so I'm off. Goodbye. And that's from the lovely Dallas. Dallas is Jennifer's daughter. No, I don't think I have an email here from Elizabeth, my darling. Let me have a look here. I don't see an email anywhere from Elizabeth, my sweetness. Okay, so you might want to tell her that. Where is she sending it to? Let's have a look in the... There's nothing from Elizabeth here, my darling. Ask her to send it again. I don't understand how these emails... Because one of your emails got lost as well, didn't it, Dallas? Don't know how that happens, okay? No idea how that happened. Sorry, my love. And Jennifer... The lovely Jennifer writes that, but did I say that was from Jennifer? That was from Dallas. That's Jennifer's daughter, okay, who's at school at the moment. This is Jennifer. This is Mum. Hello, Mum. Not my mum, but Dallas's mum. I have great news for you, Chris. She says, you remember how I mentioned there was a rat in the chicken pen? Yeah, she's got a problem with rats now. Oh, it all happens there, dear. Cats, chickens, rats, they're all there together. All there together. Let's see. Where are we going now? You remember how I mentioned that there was a rat in a chicken's pen? He likes to come out at dusk and in the night and eat up the food the chickens didn't eat. What a nasty rat. You dirty rat. Who was it who used to say that, you dirty rat? Can't remember now. Well, I'm proud to say the score now tallies. Rat 100, cat 1. Good. The cat got the rats. Good. Oh, we don't like rats, do we? One of the cats got the rats. Yippee, she says. I found an eaten up rat skeleton and fur in the yard. Yeah, you won't get the cats. They don't like fur, do they? They really don't like fur. The whole rat was completely devoured, but the towel remained intact. Well, I suppose you could use the towel, couldn't you? I mean, you've got to make use of things, Jennifer. You've absolutely got to make use of things. Use the towel as sort of, you know, tooth floss. Might be a bit thick, mightn't it? But as it gets older, I would have thought it might thin out and you can use it as tooth floss. I went to the dentist yesterday, incidentally. He has me going to the blooming hygienist. You know, the hygienist, every 3 months to have my teeth descoured and cleaned. And they just put the price up. Do you know how much it is to go to the hygienist now? £45, dear. £45 to go to the blooming hygienist. 4 times a year. Do you know it is ripping me off? I mean, my teeth look wonderful. I've got a lady who does the teeth cleaning in there. It's not the actual dentist. £45 though to have your teeth cleaned. It's gone up £6. It was $39 last time I went. Don't want to go up again. I'll tell you that now. It's outrageous. Let's see. Jennifer says, the rat was gross and it stank, but I'm proud of my cats. I don't know which one got the kudos. I wonder if the rat has family members or friends. I hope they don't come around. Well, I shouldn't think so. Maybe rats send out a message to their friends, some sort of telepathically or something. Do you think, possibly? And it would tell our friends that you've got a cat that eats rats. Yes. She said it was just a quick note. Good luck with the new live show. She'd be looking for the recorded version. She says, I've already informed you of my morning routine with the animals and getting ready on the way to work. You would definitely make me late and my boss wouldn't appreciate it. We can't be having people going late to work, dear. We really can't. It's outrageous. Now, I just want to do a couple of more of these emails and then we might go to a Skype call or a phone call, okay? Lisa in California again, who says, I'm finally back online. Yeah, she's been away for a while, haven't you, Lisa? She's been away for a while, but she is now finally back online and been listening and watching the United Kingdom talk shows on YouTube. So there we are. How long will it take to catch up? Well, how far are you behind, my love? Let me see. I don't know how far you are behind. May take. She says, I might faint at the thought of having to catch up. I try not to make people ill. I really do. Joyce. Here's a question for you, boys and girls. Joyce, who again watches the show via Facebook, says, I'm planning a trip to London for September, unsure where to rent an apartment. Now, has anyone done this who's perhaps been on holiday to the UK? I was thinking of Soho. Where do the creative types hang out? I don't know what you mean by creative types, dear. What do you mean by creative types? They look like people to do with theatre and all that, dear. Not quite sure what you mean there, Joyce. More information required there, Joyce, please. More information, thank you. And who's this from? Oh, Lisa as well. Who wants to know, when you record your shows in the garden, there's a satellite dish over the green trash bin. That is not a green trash bin. That is my recycling thing for grass cuttings. What's that called? I can't remember now. Recycling thing for grass cuttings. What is it? Who is it? I don't remember now. Oh, someone tell me what that is. You know the bin that you have in the garden, that grass cuttings and things like that going. What's that called? You're not supposed to put any food in there, are you? No, I don't know. I don't know what that's called. Yeah, I think you are. No, are you supposed... Oh, yeah, you can put food in there, but not meat. I'm sure you're not allowed to put meat in there. What's that called? Compost bin, that's it. Thank you. No one bothered answering, did they? Look. I mean, screen is as blank as anything. Nothing. Compost bin, that's it. She says, I'm wondering, does it work? What, my little satellite dish? Yes, it does. It's I get Freeview. No, not Freeview. FreeSat. Is it FreeSat? I think it's FreeSat. I get FreeSat. Okay? Oh, no, we don't subscribe to any Sky. Thank you very much. Costs an arm and a leg to subscribe to all that stuff. And it does work very well. She says, is that small dish able to pull anything in well down so low like that? In the USA, they put those on top of roofs, and even then they have problems pulling in strong signals. She says, love the show, love the pretty flowers that we see when your show's outside. The satellite dishes in the UK are actually quite small. All right, they are actually small dishes for Sky. A little bit big. I think they're a little bit bigger up in Scotland, but we only need small dishes, and it works perfectly. Yeah, no problem at all. I've got FreeSat. We don't subscribe to anything at all, I'm afraid. Another text message coming in. Oh, it's all happening this morning. Ah, thank you, Ratch in London. Humphrey Bogart said, you dirty rat. You dirty rat. Or was that you dirty ratch? I'm not quite sure. He says, I'm loving the fact that you are as tight as ever, apart from when we are at Ed's Diner. And when we go to Ed's Diner, there's no expense spared. Thank you. Alison says, biodegradable bins. Yeah, I think, that is another word for them. Biodegradable bins or compost bins, something like that. Thank you, Alison, my darling. Thank you, Alison. Right, did I open the phone lines? I can't remember now. Yeah, you can call in now if you want to. OK, my Skype name is United Kingdom Radio. Or you can phone in as well. We'll have a little bit of a chat on the phone. Phone number's 020 3287 1488. OK, 020 3287 1488. Do you have a compost bin in your garden? Do you have a garden? Perhaps you have a balcony. Can you have a compost bin on a balcony? What would the council say, dear? Pardon? I've no idea. Council balconies with biodegradable bins. Maybe not a good idea. Oh, can you imagine the smell coming out of one of those, dear? Oh, Christ's sake. Dear me. That's good, isn't it? You know, now we open the lines, no one calls in now. They all call in while the lines aren't open. You see, the trouble is people aren't patient. You know, they want to get on that phone as quickly as they can, don't they, eh? Dear me. Oh. The phone's going mad. It's all going mad now. Just a minute. Compost heap. Thank you, Ratch. Have you not got Skype, Ratch? You must get Skype. It's all free. Wonderful. Wonderful. No, it's a little bit like MSN Messenger. It's got phone facilities and video facilities, that sort of thing. Skype.com. Download your latest version. It doesn't use up too much of your computer's resources, and you can send texts and things like everything else. Do add us on Skype, okay? United Kingdom Radio is the Skype. You don't have to call in, but lines are open now. Operators are standing by. 2,000 operators are sitting in the room next to me, waiting to take your calls, boys and girls. Now, was it Lisa mentioning Jennifer was mentioning one of her cats and chickens, and I've got a little bit bad news actually. I have a cat. Her name's Katie, and I noticed the other day when I was giving her a brush. I try and brush her every day, and she's about 12 years old. That I thought there was a little tick underneath her, attached to her. Wasn't quite sure. Anyway, you can remove ticks yourself from animals, but you need to know how to do it. Because what can happen is that you get the body of the tick out and you accidentally leave the legs in the body of the cat. Okay? And then that can become infected and create all sorts of problems. So I took the cat to the vet. Oh, I had terrible trouble getting in her basket. It was really hard work getting her in her basket. And she was screaming. And once she was in there, got her in eventually, and she was moaning like anything. And her mouth was open. and she doesn't usually have her mouth open. It was like that. And now, right? And her tongue was up, but it was then I noticed she had something red on her tongue. Now, I couldn't see it properly. I thought, well, I'd better mention that to the vet. So we got to the vet. It's a very nice vet in Bracknell, in a place called East Hampstead. And I said, I think she's got a tick. Also, could you give her the once over, please? I haven't been in there for a couple of years to the vet, to be honest. And I said, I think she's got something on her tongue, if you could have a look at that. He said, OK, well, we'll do the tick first. So, and the tick was in an awkward place. It was kind of under her chest, you know, which is not the easiest place to get to on a cat. Unless, of course, she's in the garden turned upside down and wants to be tickled. Then it's all different. Oh, yes, it's all different then, dear. You know, she likes to have her tickling then, doesn't she, eh? Anyway, so he had a look. He said, well, I don't think that is a tick. Just a minute. And he gave it a little wipe with his finger, and it just came off. And it was one of her, are they called teats? Like, you know, teats, cats got teats. Well, and there was a tiny little bit of discharge, which had discoloured and kind of dried on there, and it just literally wiped off. So that was that. He said, let's have a look at her tongue. So he kind of put his finger in the cat's mouth, like that. And cat opened her mouth, put her tongue out, and we had to hold her for this. And then it became apparent it was actually quite a large thing on her tongue. Now, the vet says there's a few things that this could be. We are hoping that it's an ulcer, okay? Got somehow. Now, I think... I am, of course, also hoping that it's an ulcer, but it could also be a tumour. And on the tongue, there's not an awful lot they can do about that, unfortunately. The cat, incidentally, was my mum's cat that I kind of adopted after mum died in the year 2000, and I took the cat on board. And at first, she absolutely hated me. This cat hated me. She would hide behind the washing machine downstairs in the kitchen, and if I went near her, she'd be hissing and screaming at me, awful. But after time, she used to put the food down. The food would disappear, but you would never see the cats. And as time has gone on, we've become very, very close, really. She always meets me from work whenever I get in from work, and it's all very nice. and that's it, really. She's now one of the most friendliest cats you have ever come across. She is so friendly, and she talks to you. Whenever I walk past, she'll like, meow, 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 talking to me. So that's all very nice. So we hope it is an ulcer, and in which case the vet gave her antibiotic injections, which, what did that come to? It was come to about 60 quid or something like that. She had her antibiotic, so hopefully that will clear it up. Now, the vet said the only thing is, with an ulcer, it would tend to be flatter, and this is raised. However, it's very rare to find a tumour growth on the top part of a cat's tongue. It's usually underneath. So he really is, he can't say one way or the other. Anyway, I've got to go back next Tuesday to see if the swelling has gone down at all, and I hope it has, because I really, you know, if it is a tumour, then there's nothing they can really do, and I really don't want to lose that cat. You know, I've had this is my third cat. I lost one through a dog. If you're a cat lover, I'm sorry, I'll just tell you how this is. This happened about 3 years ago. A dog, well, I found the cat headless out the back, right? A dog got her. I was told this because someone saw it happen. So that's how she went. And I had another cat last year, beautiful, long-haired tortoiseshell cat called Tiny, and she died last year. It was a terrible month last year, January. I tell you, it all happened then. I got bad news, and my cat of 22 years, she died. So this is the last one. I really don't want to anything awful to happen with her. So fingers crossed for that one. Now, there is another thing here, which I completely forgot to mention to the vet while I was there. I have recently found a bee's nest under my shed. Now, the cat also likes to sleep in the shed, right? And I'm wondering, has she managed to get hold of a bee? Now, the wonderful bees. Oh, these bees are they're in and out. Well, I haven't seen them for 2 days, so I have a feeling they've gone. I don't know why, but I haven't seen one. But they were flying in and out from underneath the shed. And bees will not harm you unless they feel threatened. And they're quite happy to watch me. I'm like inches away from them, watching these bees going in and out from underneath the shed. And the last couple of days I haven't seen any, so I don't know if they've gone or not. Now, I'm wondering, has the cat, because the cat will sleep in the shed, like I just told you, very, very close to where the bee's nest was. I'm wondering, has the cat got hold of a bee and the bee has stung the cat's tongue and that's why it's come up? Because when you think about it, that does make sense. And I'm kind of praying to God that that's what's happened. Not very pleasant for the cat, of course, but at least I know it will heal up. It's a tumour, not good. So everything's crossed, and please keep your fingers crossed for me. We will know by next Tuesday when we take it back to the vet. Perhaps I should ring the vet and tell him that there is actually a bee's nest near. I might do that and say, could that have been what the problem was? So fingers crossed with that one. I mentioned that because someone else was mentioning cats a while ago. Good morning again, Alan. By the way, Alison, whereabouts are you? Are you in London, my darling? She says, I take my cat to the vet every year to have her booster. Tut-tut at you for not taking Katie there for 2 years. The booster helps against all cat diseases. Yes, I'd completely forgotten about those booster injections, incidentally. Perhaps foolishly... just a second. Sorry, I've just got to line something up here. Do that, there we are. That's sorted. Yeah, I'd completely forgotten about these booster injections that are very good. For the cats, aren't they? So perhaps when I go back I'll inquire about that as well. Although I don't know if they can give that at the same time. They've had the antibiotics as well. Okay. Alison says, will you extend your talk show to 2 hours? 1 hour is not enough. We need more of your crazy chats. She's in London, but in Norfolk at the moment. Oh, you're really in Norfolk, Alison? Someone else is in Norfolk at the moment. Lee Mills. Good morning, Lee.
Good morning.
Although it is only just about morning. Sorry, I don't have much time to take calls usually, dear.
It's all right. It's not a problem.
Talk to me, Terry Tibbs.
I got a family car.
You're cutting in and out there. What are you saying?
Hello.
What did you say?
I got a family car.
You got a what?
A family car.
No, you're cutting in and out, you are.
It's your PC.
It's not my PC, because you've already got everything wrong this morning. Okay, I'll call you back. Let's try a call back. Let's try a call back on Lee there. Because he fancies having a little bit of a chat. I'll see what he's got to say. Vicky says, poor Katie, I hope she's okay, that it is a treatable problem like an ulcer. If a bee sting the cat, do you think the stinger is still in there? Well, bee stings are quite long, aren't they? And the tongue is only thin, so I doubt it. But yeah, it's worth a thought. She says, definitely talk to the vet about the bee's nest. We'll be thinking about the two of you. She's a sweetie. Oh, Katie, my cat, is lovely. I mean,
Hello.
She's lovely. Lee, you there now?
Yes.
Okay, that's all right now. That's fine now.
Oh, that was you.
It wasn't me. It wasn't me, it's you, all the time. You're starting to sound like certain other people who always blame everything else except their silly little computer, dear.
Oh, dear.
Anyway, what do you want?
I just thought I'd say hi.
Is that it? So you've actually got nothing to say, you just wanted to say hi, is that right?
My foot is getting better after my fall.
Oh, poor old Lee fell over, didn't he? Now, Lee is also... What part of Norfolk you in?
Norwich.
Norwich. Oh, just a minute. Norwich.
And now, from Norwich.
Just a minute. In Norwich. Oh, that lovely silver horse. Is it dead?
No, it's actually, that horse and the knight is actually in the Anglia house. It is. It is in a like a glass container, and it just goes round very slowly.
Do you know it's worth going to Norfolk to actually go and see that?
Yeah.
Is Anglia Television still there in some form or another?
Yeah. Yeah, Anglia TV is still there. That's where they make most of it's Anglia News now.
Didn't you have a lot of the studios converted into flats?
No.
Oh, that's what I heard. I heard that a lot of the studios were converted because a lot of the stuff was taken to London, which is an enormous shame. You know, I could do an entire show talking about the way ITV is now and how it was, but it's just sad, really. Brenda's just written to us. Hello, Brenda. Good morning, Brenda. Nice to hear you. Says, my dog used to get bitten by bees all the time because he was always snapping at them. You do a lot of snapping, don't you? I bet your wife does snapping a lot, doesn't she? Hey, is that why you fell over?
No.
No.
No. I was just heading towards the city just to go and get my daily coffee.
Yeah.
And,
what do you mean you don't buy coffee from a shop? And how much does that cost?
I'm an avid Costa fan, you know.
How much does that cost you?
It's about £2.65 a go.
And you go every day, do you?
Yeah.
And yet when I ring you up, you're moaning that you haven't got any money. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11... That's about 15 quid a week. There's 3 meals there spent on coffee.
Got plenty of food in the cupboard.
Do you never think about it like that?
Well, of course I do, but at the end of the day, this is how I think of it. People just don't think of it this way. Money is just an object, same as anything else. You get it in one hand, it goes out the other. It's going to happen all the time, all the way through your life. And you're born with none of it. And when you die, you don't take it with you. So why bother? I've got what I want at home. I just want a coffee for a luxury.
Have you finished? I was losing the will to live then.
Yeah, I bet you were.
Well, thank you. Lee's the man who does the website. We do like the new websites.
Do you?
Thank you very much.
I need you to sign that document for me.
Well, so I'm not signing anything.
To say that you love the website.
What document is this? That's a bit thingy, isn't it?
My CV.
Thank you, Lee. Nice to hear from you.
Oh, just one more thing.
Yes?
My trial is good as well.
Oh, you want me to play that, do you?
I'll let you get on.
Just a minute, let me see that. Oh, hang on a minute. Just stay there a second. Is there noise outside? 1 minute. I can hear some noise.
That'll be the police. They're coming to get you.
No, because I've got a tree outside and needs to be chopped down. They were supposed to come yesterday and no one appeared. It's leaning towards not so much my house, but my neighbour's.
No, I know what this is. Basically, you just want that tree cut down so you can see over across to your neighbours.
Oh, I can see my neighbours anyway. No, there's a lovely wooded copse in between myself and my neighbours. Thank you, Lee. Goodbye.
See ya.
There we are. Lee Mills there, who does a show here. Here's his latest trial.
Hello. Join me, Lee Mills, on United Kingdom Radio at 8 o'clock every Monday. We're going to be talking about the best topics and also we'll be taking in your phone calls too. We may play some games, so you can join in with that as well. And also, you can get involved with any of the topics that we have to offer. So join me every Monday, 8 p.m. on United Kingdom Radio.
I'll tell you what. There's no one on after me. Do you fancy an extra 15 minutes? And I'll tell you why. Because otherwise the podcast is only 45 minutes long. Because I forgot to hit that record button. Are we all right for going on another 15 minutes? Do you fancy that? Give you a bit longer to join in if you want to. The Skype number is United Kingdom Radio is my Skype. Okay, United Kingdom Radio is my Skype. Or you can phone in as well. We've got a phone-in number 020 3287 1488. Okay, 020 3287 1488. One of the other things now, I don't know if I should tell you this or not. Yeah, I'm going to tell you. Yeah, you won't know where it's come from. I bought yesterday a new hands-free thing for my mobile phone. I've got a lovely mobile phone, a Nokia 5800 mobile phone, and the screensaver on there is a picture of my dear mother who died in 2000. She keeps an eye on. You see, so if you ever ring me, if anyone who's got my mobile phone number, if you ever ring me on this, do not swear, because there's a picture of my mum on the front, and she will have your guts for garters. She absolutely will. Catholic. Thank you. Like me, Catholic. We don't have swearing on mobile phones or dirty messages. I've seen some of you youngsters and the messages that you send each other. It's shocking. I've noticed, actually, my niece, often her boyfriend is in the RAF. And when he goes on holiday, he's always texting her, and she doesn't let you near that phone. I don't know what these texts say. It's all very disturbing. It really is very, very disturbing. Anyway, so I bought a new little earpiece. It's a Jawbone. I bought a Jawbone because that's the one I had the other day. That's the make of the Bluetooth earpiece thing. Because the other day it just fell apart on me, the old one. So I got some glue. I thought I'll stick that together. So I got the glue, and then I thought, oh, well, I'll buy a new one anyway. So I've bought a new one as well. I got the new one home. And it comes in a very, very pretty plastic box. Okay? And I took the box apart and got the thing out, but it is kind of displayed in a way in the box so that it looks very pretty on the shelf. So I've taken this box apart, and I've pulled this thing, and the thing has broken in a brand new Jawbone thing has broken apart in my hands. And I thought, oh no. Anyway, what's happened? The bit that goes in your ear broke from the outside bit. And I thought, this is brand new, how have I done this? It's because of the packaging. Because the way it's been put in the packaging has made it extremely difficult to remove without actually breaking it. Right? So, first of all, I glued together the old one, and it's actually worked quite well. I really didn't need to buy a new one, because I've glued the old one back together, and it's worked. You know what I mean? It stayed stuck together. Okay? And the new one, I thought, I wonder if I can glue that back together. And I did. I just put a tiny little bit of glue there, and it has glued back together, and I think I've kind of sorted it. Lee says wrong trail. Well, that's the one that's on your site, Lee. You said that was the one that you were going to use, that you'd updated your site, and there's only one on your site, and when I hit the play button, that's it. Don't bloody moan to me now, okay? Sort it out. Sort it out. If you haven't put the right trail on there, it's your fault, not mine. Okay? Not playing it again. That's it. Now, where was I? Oh, yes. So I've glued back together the new one, and that's actually held. And it doesn't... I shouldn't really tell you this, dear. It doesn't look like it's been glued back together. Do you understand what I'm saying now? Now, that didn't worry me, really, the fact that it didn't look like it would glue back together. However, this morning... I've tried to set it up with my mobile phone, and it's paired and everything like that, but it doesn't work. Okay? The light comes on and all that, but I can't hear nothing. So it's not working, so I'm going to have to take that back to the shop literally as soon as I finish the show and get it exchanged. But I hope they won't be able to notice that I've already repaired it, dear, with a bit of glue. I mean, they're not cheap. 50 quid that blooming thing cost me, but it stopped you getting arrested on the motorway, you see. So that's my new gadget, my new little Jawbone that I've got to take back to the shop later on. Just coming to 3 minutes past 12 in the UK. We're overrunning by 15 minutes because I forgot to start the record button, okay? So we got an hour. So you will get an hour's podcast after all. You see, I'm just give. I am a registered charity. You do know that, don't you? I am absolutely a registered charity. A little text message coming in from Ratch. Got to try and get a bath before I go to the doctors. Can I be excused? Yeah, I suppose. Can't you just turn the computer up a bit so you can listen to me in the bath? Please don't start taking your clothes off in front of that computer. I don't want to see. Alison says, Norfolk is stunning. I'm going to the beach today to Winterton-on-Sea. Oh, is that nice there? I don't know it there. The best part of the beaches are totally empty. You can pretend it's your personal beach. Yeah, but the only thing is, Alison, you're on the east and it's a bit cold that side, isn't it? Years ago, we went to a Pontins in in Norfolk. I believe it was called Seacroft. Do you know Have you heard of Pontins? Seacroft? Don't know if it's still there or not. I think that was one of the first Pontins. It was holiday camp. Oh, I used to love holiday camps. Fantastic places, great entertainment. Vicky says, please can we have the 15 more minutes? Yes, you've got the 15 more minutes. Don't worry, my darling. We have got the 15 more minutes. And Lisa... Oh, no, what's that? Oh, that's another one. Another invite to one of those social networking things. I only have Facebook. I kind of decided a long time ago that I would only have Facebook because it's just... You can have all these Bebo and all. You can have so many MySpace and all that. It's too many of them, so I only have Facebook now. All right. Good morning to Mary, who says, "Hi, Chris. Remember me? Mary the medic. Or you better know my mad friend Karen. Regards, Roberts." Yes, Mary the medic. Hello, Mary the medic. It's a good name, isn't it? Mary the medic. Got to say hello to Jeremy, who emails the show. He tries to get them in order. There we are. You can still call in if you want. Plenty of time to call in. My Skype name is United Kingdom Radio. All one word, United Kingdom Radio. Lee, have you updated your thing yet? I'll tell you what. I will refresh my page and play it again in 5 minutes for you, okay? All right? I will play it again in 5 minutes for you. So make sure it's the right one on there. All right? Make sure it's... Oh, hang on, he's done it. Have you done it? Let me see.
Here on United Kingdom Radio.
Right, here is Lee Mill... Oh, it's a pain, isn't he? He's just an absolute pain there. Possibly the most popular person with all the other presenters on United Kingdom Radio is Lee Mills. Stop it. I'm being very naughty now. Here's Lee's new trail for his show, and then we'll have a letter, an email from Jeremy.
Here on United Kingdom Radio presents me, Lee Mills. Oh, yes. We're going to be talking to you about the most fascinating of subjects, including time travel. Time travel. Oh, I keep going back in time to say time travel. Yes, it is a boring subject, but hey, someone's got to talk about it. And is it possible? Well, I don't know, but hey... Time travel. Is it possible? We don't know. It'll be something that we'll talk about most of the time because we'll always want to go back in time to these most desolated places. 1939, the war? Maybe. What about other places? Maybe, 1066, walking with... who's that guy who got an arrow in his head? I don't know. Him anyway. But what about meeting all the kings and the queens? That'd be good. Time travel. It's always got to be good. What about the Doctor? Doctor's good. He's good. Oh, I love the Doctor. But it's not Doctor Who. It's the Lee Mills Show here on United Kingdom Radio. Join me every Monday, 8 p.m. on United Kingdom Radio. Ta-ta for now. Oh, and in case I don't see you, I'll see you next time. I may do see you because I'll probably be back in time, whether it's possible.
Well, what on earth was all that about? Oh, dear, don't it go on? Blimey, I don't think we'll be playing that one very often, Lee. Oh, dear me. Thank you, Lee. Alison wants to know, why ain't you got... That's how she talks. Why ain't you got... I love Alison. Why ain't you got a woman DJ? Have you looked properly, dear, at the presenters? Have another look, dear. Have another look before you ask her. I think Alison's a bit of a feminist. If there's not a woman, why are they all men? Where's the woman? There is. Have another look, dear. Suko is with us. Click on the name Suko, darling. Click on Suko. Go to unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk, presenters, and then click on Suko. Here is a wonderful, wonderful, warm lady who's here on United Kingdom Radio on Sunday afternoons at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. Sunday afternoons at 5 o'clock. She's got a wonderful voice. I'll play her a little bit in a minute for you, okay? All right. Alison says, I'm not a feminist. I like a good mixture. That's all. I am a mixture. Alison, I am the all-in-one, darling. I am a complete mixture of everything. God knows what's got inside me over these years. It's a worry, it really is, Alison. Have a look, she's a lovely lady, Suko. I'll play her trout for you in a minute as well, OK? Jeremy writes, I don't think you remember me. It's been 8 or 9 months since I last wrote to the show. I was the guy that wanted to sell the elves as cat toys. Oh, please don't mention that again. You will upset the elves. They get very unhappy, you know, these elves, with what's going on left, right and centre, dear. He says, I had a job driving a truck over a road, and that didn't allow much time to keep up on the podcasts I listened to. So I've missed a huge chunk of I've missed a huge chunk of time on your broadcasts. It's good to see you're still alive. Well, only just. I'm only just alive. Sure, I'll buy some water from you that you mentioned on your last show. I can donate 35 cents for a whole bottle of water if you cover the shipping and handling. Or that'd probably work out more than the water, my darling. I don't remember what I did before computers, because we were asking on the last show, do you remember what you did before computers? My parents said I spent my time sitting in my room spinning the wheels of my toy cars for hours on end before we got computers, because I was about 3 years old. Now I spend hours on end spinning the wheels of a digital car, racing around racetracks and such. Things haven't changed for me that much, I guess. I have a 10-year-old computer that runs on Windows XP, and I still get the blue screen of death on occasions. I got the blue screen of death because we were saying, you know, with the new computers, XP, Vista, and Windows 7, it doesn't, you know, you don't get the blue. I'm touching wood here. I have never had the blue screen of death on any of the 3 computers in this studio. Believe it or not. But do you remember when we had Windows 95 and 90? It used to happen all the time, didn't it? Whenever you tried to, you know, attach a webcam or run a new piece of software, bang, on would come that blue screen. It doesn't happen anymore. But Jeremy says, I still get the blue screen of death. I got the blue screen of death once while listening to your show. Well, clearly I am infected with a virus. That's the way it is. Don't laugh, Ratch. You know, that's what's doing it. It's my virus that's giving you the blue screen of death. It was kind of funny when it happened, because there were certain people who are laughing their heads off now, aren't you? It was kind of funny when it happened because you were in the middle saying, what a cheek, dear. I was playing one in my video games and everything suddenly froze. What, you mean like this? Is that how it froze? And you sounded like you were being electrocuted in the Matrix. Now, there are people who like being electrocuted. There are all sorts of devices that you can buy from some very, very strange shops to allow electrocution of yourself. He says, what a cheek. And then the blue screen with all the numbers and figures came up. It's all right, I think you were okay, though. Thanks for crashing my ancient computer, Chris. I don't know what's happened to your show since I've been gone, but I found your leather boot chat highly disturbing. Yeah, we had a pair of DMs in the studio on Tuesday, didn't we? You must join us. I'm here every Tuesday and Thursday between 11 and 12 live, okay? What happened to United Kingdom Talk being a family show? It is a family show. Have you heard me swear? Or do anything rude? No. We might get to the line, but we will never cross it. I promise you that. I guess I missed the whole phase when you turned to the dark side. That's from Jeremy from Pittsburgh. Okay, Jeremy, thank you very much. He also says something I forgot to add. I'm always interested in watching movies that happen in the 70s and 60s, particularly when they are made in that time period. It's like watching a portal to the past of what people did before computers. It's interesting to see living a somewhat modern life with no digital technology whatsoever. It's like an archaeological study of the past, almost. Yeah, I like all those old films. Did anyone ever see that film Whistle Down the Wind? with that Hayley Mills was in it, wasn't she? I loved that film. It was when this bloke, he was a robber or a murderer. I think he was a murderer. And he hid in this kind of in this barn, and children found him, and he pretended to be Jesus. Oh, wonderful film. Beautiful film. I've got that on DVD somewhere. How sad am I liking stuff like that? Right, now I mentioned Suko. I'll play this one out because Alison wants to know what Suko sounds like. So here's Suko, who's with us every Sunday afternoon at 5 o'clock UK time. Right, here's Suko.
Hey guys and gals, Suko here, all the way from New York. Why not come and join me live on United Kingdom Radio on Sundays from 5 to 6 p.m. UK time. That's 12 to 1 p.m. New York time. I'd love for you to call in and we can chat about many things. So come and join me. Speak soon.
There we are. All right, there's young Suko. Alison wants to know, is she single? No, she's not. She's married to an ex-policeman and she's in New York. So you're on your own, Alison, like me, dear. We are destined to be, but at least we've found each other now, Alison. And we may not sleep in the same bed, but I do feel we can have an internet relationship. What do you reckon? Eh? Is that a reasonable idea? Anyway, time for me to go, boys and girls. Thank you very much for joining me. If you want to join, if you're watching the show or listening to the show via podcast, you can now join us live. Let me just get something ready over here. You can now join us live every... sorry, I'm all over the place. Just a minute. What am I looking for there? Is that it there? There it is. Yeah, you can now join us live every Tuesday and Thursday mornings between 11 o'clock in the morning and 12 o'clock in the afternoon UK time, all right? So once again, do join us live every Tuesday and Thursday mornings between 11 o'clock and 12 o'clock UK time, and you can find that at unitedkingdomradio.co.uk, unitedkingdomradio.co.uk. There are also lots of other presenters here on the station, and for the full schedule, we're not too many of us yet. We're trying to build. If perhaps you might be interested in doing a show here on United Kingdom Radio, then feel free to write in and let us know a bit about yourself, and we'll help you as well with whatever. Now, it is hard to sit there, especially at first. I still find it very hard to sit here and talk for an hour non-stop. You must be able to do that without taking phone calls, because sometimes phone calls just don't come in. Take the show today, for example, okay? We haven't had anyone calling in, okay? That can happen. It does happen sometimes. Doesn't mean there's no one there, because the equipment that we have in front of us tells us how many people are actually listening at any given time or watching the show. So I know people are there, but they choose not to call in, which is fine. No problem at all with that. So if you want to do a show, you might want to have a go. You must remember, you must be able to talk for a whole hour without taking calls. All right, if you're interested in that, drop us an email and I'll tell you more about it. My email address is chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. If you're watching or listening to the podcast and you intend to do it like that, either YouTube, Current TV, or of course, if you download from unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk, that's fine. Carry on doing that. Send your emails in as you always have done before, and we bring them up in the show just like we always have done. My email address is chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. I have to tell you, we have been having a couple of problems with the audio stream, all right? Yesterday and today. I've just got an email here from the people that look after the audio stream, and they said, I just want you to know that we're continuing to work on our server today, and you may experience a few minor issues with the audio stream today, so it may go off and come on again, but no problem there. You can always watch us. So if you find perhaps you can't watch it or you can't listen to it, one of those two, then hit the other watch or listen button on the United Kingdom Radio site, unitedkingdomradio.co.uk, and hopefully the other one will work. All right, so I'm going to go now, and I'm going to try and change my got to go and change my what is it? Just a minute, I need a bit of music here, don't I? That's it. There we are. Got to go and try and change my little jawbone thing, and I'll tell you about it Tuesday. If I don't tell you about it Tuesday, ask me what happened at the shop. I'm not going to tell you what shop it is, because knowing one of you lot, you'll ring up the shop and warn them that I'm coming down or something like that. I'll let you know if I was able to change it or not, all right? Thanks very much for watching and listening to the show. I'll see you again on Tuesday morning at 11 o'clock UK time. Thanks. Bye-bye now.